Those 3 words from Rosa, our maid of 6 years, stopped me cold in the doorway of my own house. Her hands were trembling around a dish towel, her eyes refusing to meet mine. I had just walked in from a business trip 2 days early, my suitcase still in hand, ready to surprise my wife with the anniversary gift I'd carried across 3 states. Instead, I found Rosa blocking the hallway like a woman standing between a man and a cliff. And seconds later, the sound of my wife's laughter, soft, intimate, unmistakable, drifted from the bedroom upstairs, followed by a man's voice I did not recognize. If this story moves you, please take a moment to like this video, drop a comment below, share it with someone who believes people deserve honesty, and subscribe to Kindness Corner, because we believe in truth, in healing, and in the quiet courage it takes to start over. My name is Daniel Reyes, and for 11 years I believed my marriage was the one steady thing in a chaotic world. I worked long hours as a regional sales director, often traveling, always trusting that the home I was building for my wife, Elena, was solid ground. Rosa had been with us since our daughter Mia was born. She cooked, she cleaned, she listened to Elena's complaints about my absences, and she watched Mia grow from a crawling infant into a bright 7-year-old who called her Auntie Rosa. Rosa was not just staff. She was family. So when she stood in that hallway with fear in her eyes, warning me away from my own bedroom, I understood immediately that whatever waited upstairs would break something in me that could not be repaired by an apology. I did not listen to her. I climbed the stairs anyway, each step heavier than the last, my heart pounding not with anger yet, but with a desperate, foolish hope that I was wrong. I was not wrong. I found Elena with a man named Marcus, a contractor who had spent the last 4 months renovating our kitchen. The renovation, it turned out, had never really been about the kitchen. I stood in the doorway of my own bedroom, suitcase still in my hand, and felt 11 years of certainty collapse into dust in the space of 3 seconds. Elena screamed. Marcus scrambled for his clothes. And I simply turned around and walked back downstairs, because there are moments too large for shouting, moments where the only dignity left to you is silence. Rosa was waiting at the bottom of the stairs, tears streaming down her face, apologizing over and over for not telling me sooner, for being caught between loyalty to a family she loved and fear of a woman who controlled her paycheck. She explained that this had been going on for nearly 3 months, that she had begged Elena to stop, that she had lost sleep every night knowing she was complicit in a lie by her silence. I did not blame her. How could I? She was a woman supporting her own 2 children on the wages my household paid her, terrified that speaking up would cost her everything. She had done the only thing her conscience allowed. She had tried to stop me at the door, hoping I would simply leave and never have to see what she could not bring herself to say aloud. The weeks that followed were the darkest of my life. Elena did not fight for the marriage. She seemed almost relieved that the secret was finally out, as though she had been waiting for someone else to end what she no longer had the courage to end herself. We told Mia together, sitting on her bedroom floor, that Mommy and Daddy would be living in different houses, and I watched my daughter's face crumple in a way that will haunt me until the day I die. I moved into a small apartment across town, the kind of place with thin walls and a view of a parking lot, and I spent my nights staring at the ceiling wondering how 11 years of what I thought was love could dissolve so completely, so quickly, into paperwork and custody schedules. Rosa could have walked away from the wreckage. Legally, morally, no one would have blamed her for taking a new job and leaving the mess of our shattered family behind her. Instead, she came to me one evening, weeks after the divorce filing, and asked if she could still care for Mia on the days I had custody. She told me that children should not lose every steady thing in their life just because the adults around them had failed each other. I remember sitting across from her at my small kitchen table, a table meant for one, and feeling something in my chest loosen for the first time in weeks. Rosa's kindness, her insistence on showing up for a child who was not hers by blood, became the first proof I had that not everything good in my life had been a lie. Slowly, in the months that followed, I rebuilt. Not the marriage, that was gone, and I came to understand it needed to be gone, because a marriage built on someone else's secret was never truly mine to save. But I rebuilt myself. I rebuilt my relationship with Mia, learning to braid her hair badly and burn spaghetti and sit through her favorite cartoons twice in a row. Rosa continued working for Elena during the week and quietly helped me on weekends, refusing extra pay, telling me she simply wanted to see Mia's world stay whole even as her parents' world broke apart. I watched a woman with every reason to protect only herself choose instead to protect a child, and in doing so, she taught me more about loyalty than 11 years of marriage ever had. It has been 16 months now since that afternoon in the hallway. Elena and Marcus did not last. Whatever they built on top of my marriage's ashes crumbled within a year, as these things often do. I have not remarried, and I am in no hurry to. But I have learned to trust again, slowly, carefully, starting with the people who have already proven themselves through action rather than words. Rosa still comes on weekends. Mia still calls her Auntie Rosa. And I have come to believe that family is not only the people bound to you by a marriage certificate, but the people who stand in your doorway, trembling, trying to spare you pain even when it costs them everything to do so. If this story touched something in you, if it reminded you that kindness sometimes wears an apron and speaks in a trembling voice, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear that broken things can still be rebuilt into something honest. And before you go, I want to ask you something special. Comment the words, "Still standing," if you believe that even after our world falls apart, we can rise again stronger, wiser, and more grateful for the quiet people who tried to protect us all along. We may lose the love we thought would last forever, but if we are fortunate, we find something steadier in its place, the people who choose us not out of obligation, but out of genuine care. That, in the end, is the truest kindness of all.